Good news. Technically, we only have two puzzles left until the final chapter. I already did at least two conclusions. Well, technically, I think we can skip this puzzle and go straight through this one to the last. This sector is probably complete without this one, so I might not even bother with that, as heretical as that may seem. Unfortunately, this is the hardest one so far, besides the shuttle. We did figure out a good way to sort this out, though. That's more reliable than the way that before that was breaking. Still have problems, though. This entire build centers around the need to build these rings, and I haven't figured out a good way to build those yet. What if I were to just do it the way I did originally? With... I don't remember exactly how I did this part. It definitely wasn't like this, but just for an example. That's definitely not how it was done. There is another way I just thought of. What if... No, that... that method is too complicated. You see, this is the problem. Need to figure out... Who would have thought that building these rings would be so difficult? I'm sure there's an easy way to do it, but it requires a method that I haven't thought of yet. Perhaps it would be a good idea to begin with this part that I suspected might work. And then that could catalyze another idea. So now we have 4 of these. And we can route those. Oh yeah, we could route them. Hold on. Just need to make sure that this works, which it probably won't, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. In that case... what about this, though? This is going to be a nightmare. This may work. I'm not sure. It does. Good. That's good enough for now. So now all of these pieces I can wrap separately. Now to see if this interferes with itself. And if it doesn't, we can just continue. Oh, it does, because of this. I remember now. This shouldn't, though. That is correct. And now at this point... the ring builder can go beneath. And one here. One here. One there. And then finally... one here. Yeah, see if this has any pathing errors. I'll run it at slower speed to see and step through. Oh, that is correct. And so now we can have this all be welded together first. Like that. And then it can just be pulled out and sent up. And now let's see if this is reliable. And if it is, we can bring the other materials frontward and start building the rest of the piece. Yeah, this looks correct. Potential problem. How do we get the core in? Oh, I know. That's actually simple. And instead of bringing it up like that first, I have a new idea. So, what we can do here is we can drop the core in, then weld it together, and then pass it further through. Yeah, this should conserve space. And then after that it can be brought up by the lifter. But this requires that we bring the core frontward as well, of course. And these upside-down conveyors revolutionize a lot of the parts of these machines. Let's see how this works first, before progressing. May need to put in delays at multiple locations. Oh, that's a problem, hold on. There may still be a problem, we'll need to just see. Yes, this should be correct timing. Yes, let's weld it in, and now it can be sent out. Here, like this. And here we can have these struts installed in a module just past this lifter. Yes, this is incorrect. Now we can finally start bringing these forward. Very carefully. There. Hmm. Probably on this level. So, the way I think this could work is you lay down the first layer, and then the struts, and then the next layer. We have the layers built and sent to here, and the struts built and sent to here. Well, not built, they're prefabricated. Actually, I have another idea. What if only one of the struts is sent to here and the rest of these 4 are sent back this way? For reasons I'll explain later. There. And now we need to watch the timing. Yes, this is perfect timing. Now look at that. The way this is going to work is now, instead of attaching all the struts at once, it attaches the first one. Yeah, and then yes. And then the rest can be attached later. So watch how this works. Now that is if it works as I intended, which it should now. And once this is done, the rest of the strut should be easy. Yes, look at that. This is the pre-construct. And the last 3 struts should be so trivial now, because the gap is already there for them. And now this should be sent to, I feel like this layer would be good. No, actually, this layer here. This should be where we attach the rest of the struts. And these should actually be separated, going on different paths. As much as that does take up extra space, it should be fine. As long as there's actually enough room for the ribbon cable, as it were. The bus. Yes. Now I remember the correct terminology. Actually, this is the wrong level. It needs to be up by 1. Oh, that's a problem. Look at that. Fortunately, that's actually easy to fix. There. We don't actually need to go out that far. Now this is on the correct level. Just making sure that it's supported. And this one goes to here first. And after that, these 2 go to may need to be routed under this part. Because otherwise this is going to be encased, and that's not what we wanted. Not at all, actually. What if these are instead first raised